So I did see some comments and they were like, well, if you see an issue with National Guard, then you're the problem. Listen to this. And I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in. Let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from Northern New Jersey. Back to the personal situation. Let's head into this Dollar Tree over here, Maplewood. Also A plus. These past few years showed me. Oh man, y'all definitely gotta let us know. Would you guys love to see the National Guard in your state? This is Shauna, and I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in. Let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from Northern New Jersey, and I heard that Trump illegally, sent out them troops over in LA. And then you got people going crazy in Chicago because of Trump's threat to deploy the National Guard over there as well. So, I mean, so much going on. But let's see what recently went on with the National Guard over in LA. I'm scrolling across the news feed and I ran across Trump use of National Guard during Los Angeles immigration protests is illegal. This is what a judge is saying. So Trump did go ahead and send out some of the National Guard troops during that Southern California immigration enforcement operations. They're saying that Judge Charles Breyer in San Francisco did not require the remaining troops to be withdrawn. However, he set his order to go into effect on Friday. So here are some of the issues with National Guard. A lot of you guys actually, especially if you are new here, a lot of you are for, the National Guard. You guys are saying, like, not all of you, some of you are saying, bring in the National Guard, help us clean up our streets, which I can agree with. But the issue with that is, it's kind of defunding the police, something that people been pushing for, saying, yeah, well, just defund the police. But what some people do not realize is when it comes down to the National Guard, they are trained for combat. They're not for like local law enforcement. Their training is totally different. So things might be handled differently when it comes down to the National Guard. So they don't have like local law enforcement training. So with the National Guard, guys, pay attention to this. So you can have a situation in where there's no police around. You only have your National Guard, people walking around. They're trained to look at the average civilian as a threat. You heard me? So you can go with your little situation of what's happening and what's going on and what problem you are facing, and they already see you coming to them. You are the one that's a threat because that's how they're trained. So it's different. So when it comes down to the LA immigration, right? So what happened with that is, Trump, of course, he violated the federal law by deploying the National Guard without proper authorization. And that's something that I spoke about when we brung up the whole National Guard situation in DC in one of the videos. Something I spoke about was, well, if it claimed to be working, if it seemed to be working, whatever's put on paper or whatever's put in a, for the numbers, if they see that it's working, whether it's really working or not, we don't know that unless we're there. But if they see it's working, they're going to try to send the National Guard out across whatever state. If they say, hey, you need it, then that's when the National Guard can be deployed to even your state, even to my state in New Jersey. And that really raises concern, just because I said, that they have different training, and it does kind of defund your local police department that you need. It's no simple of calling, 911. And then when it comes down to it, they can be having an issue with misuse of their powers as well. And then when it comes down to like large crowds and stuff. They don't have the training either to handle those large crowds to kind of de-escalate the issue. You know what I'm saying? They are trained to just go ahead, head and head, and that's it. Like I said, you're not going to have time to explain, let me hear your side, let me hear this side. There would be none of that. So would the National Guard be sent from state to state? It's already happened in LA and it was illegal. He just said, hey, go take care of that immigration issue over in LA. Okay, maybe I should not have said it defunds the police, because technically it don't. But in a way, there would be a group of police officers that's just put to the side because they don't need as many, because now they have the National Guard to assist with the crime. Maybe I should have said that, because I don't think they actually defund the police. But like I said, in a way, if they see something is working, like the National Guard, for instance, you're not going to see as many officers on the street. Let's say that. So to help assist with the whole LA situation with the immigration, they're saying that was illegal. But to refer back to DC, they're saying that the District of Columbia National Guard serves the District of Columbia, yes. And they're saying with them deploying the National Guard over in DC, it has helped a lot, actually. So like I said, if you guys are from DC, even from LA, have y'all seen the National Guard out in LA? But if you're checking in from, DC, or if you are around the surrounding area, did it help with the crime rate? Do you guys really notice a big difference from when the National Guard wasn't there versus when they were there? Like, is it really helping? Is this something that you guys think should be put in place? Like I said, if a place needed, then they need it. I'm not saying no, but I'm also not saying yes to where numbers are being made up and they're just placing them there just so other states can get accustomed to it. So they can look at it and be like, hey, well, like I said, look like it's working for them. Let's go ahead and bring them over in New Jersey and see if it'll work for us. Not saying that New Jersey don't need it. Maybe in some parts. But the police, the officers seem to be doing okay. The crime rate have dropped a lot, from the past. When it comes down to Newark, New Jersey, at least, the crime rate has dropped. I'm not saying there ain't no crime, because it's crime everywhere. Even in the neighborhoods that you think is the safest, it's not. It's crime everywhere, but when you see it right there in front of your face on a daily, that's a problem. That's when I say, yes, go ahead, by all means. But if it's something that your local officers are taking care of and they're doing a great job at it, then great. What they can do is invest more into the police departments, give them more, help them more, and maybe more can be done versus bringing in the National Guard. Depending how severe the crime rate is. Like I said, I'm not saying no, but start there first and then see what else needs to be done. But the National Guard, I don't know, I think that we will be seeing it, across state to state. We'll be hearing people checking in saying, hey, we saw the National Guard over in our area. And it's just something that's bound to happen. It's already in the player's book. It's literally something that's bound to happen. They're saying that Trump did violate the military law. He should have never activated the National Guard over in California. Meanwhile, 35 shot, 5 dead in Chicago amid Trump's threat to deploy the National Guard. Man, this can really get out of hand. Like I said, y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about the whole National Guard situation. Like I said, I'm not saying a no. If it's needed, then it's needed. And that's really as simple as it can get. Because some people are not going to like it. They do have that different training, like I did say. It's not like your local police officer. When they see you immediately as a threat. Just like that. Versus a police officer, you can sit there, you can talk to them, whatever the case may be, depending. Not all the same. Depending. So it is what it is. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. The whole situation over in LA when, Trump did go ahead and send out the National Guard to help assist with the immigration situation. Over in DC, like I said, have the numbers dropped? Did the crime rate actually drop? definitely let us know. We're going to leave this video right here where it's at. Would you like to see the National Guard in your state? Let us know. If you are new here and you did enjoy today's chat, all you have to do is subscribe, just like that. And if you've been here before, of course, thank you so much for coming back. Until next time, this is Shauna, and I'm officially checking out from Moments with Us. Make sure you all stay prepped, stay blessed, stay safe, and most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Love you all, and God bless. Peace.